we can sense that you are casting magic of some sort on yourself to disguise yourself. Now, I have some familiarity with this, so I make no judgment as to why, but please reveal your true self to us, or else we cannot trust you, and we will leave you here to rot and possibly die.
Now.
Wait, no, let him try.
That face.
Now I do it now! I don't know!
No, I do it now!
No!
Hopefully quieter than that in the game.
And as soon as this moment hits, she pushes back even further, kind of pressing herself against the wall, arms to the side.
There you are.
I must say, you look way better like this.
Happy?
Extremely.
Yes, I'd say so.
Yes. So who are you for real?
My name is Anna. And I would like to be set free, if you don't mind. I can be of assistance to you. I happen to know a lot of information about the people that currently reside within this castle.
How would you know anything about them?
Release me and I'll tell you.
You want to be set
Tell us
free.
and we'll release you.
Who said that?
You've been so forthright in your interest in helping such an old and frail woman. How can I have any sort of guarantee of my safety should I give you the information you seek? You could very well slay me in this cell.
That might happen if you're not careful.
Do you recognize her, Percy?
You very much recognize it. You do notice, by the way, her right hand is where the sleeve ends. There is no hand there. It is just a missing hand, and there's the left hand is visible.
As far as we can see, unarmed, right?
Yeah.
Anna,
Yes.
let's be frank with each other. You have two options. Either you are going to die in this cell, and I promise you, you will die in this cell, or you're going to convince us why you shouldn't. So I would start talking right now, or I swear we will not leave this dungeon before you're dead.
Well, for one thing, I've been here with them for the past 5 years. I helped them reestablish their current social control of this city when they left it a pile of flames and rubble. And their little experiment beneath the castle, I was one of their chief scientific designers. So, I wasn't interested in their zealotry or the whispered dealings, just the challenge behind the construction. I enjoy challenge. Challenge that pays? Well, I enjoy that even more.
Can you lead us to Cassandra de Rollo?
She kind of turns her head with a curious look. I could, yes. Why do you ask? She looks at you very intently.
That may be what your life is worth.
So, what else do you wish to know? What else do you need to even get me out from behind these bars? Because I'm growing very uncomfortable and cold here in this cellar.
I pull forward. I look her very deeply in the eye. And I say, you should know who your friends are here. Do you know that we're friends? And I'm going to, become friends. So I'm casting friends.
Okay.
What?
What?
Good Percy casting friends or Shadow Monster casting friends?
We'll never know
Percy.
until
Hard to say.
he and Ripley kill us all.
Just for flavor, there is definitely some creepy
I mean,
happening.
getting creepy.
Okay.
Anna,
Lying bitch.
Chemical experiment.
you will take us to Cassandra de Rollo. You will tell us what you know about what's in the basement. You will tell us where to find Lord and Lady Briarwood. And you will tell us where to find Professor Anders. And for this, we may let you go.
May. That word may.
I'll let you leave the castle.
And if I agree to these terms, you will release me this moment? Keep me safe until it is time for me to take my leave?
We may chain you to a bear, but yes.
This is a whole... this is Clarota all fucking over again.
You are, at the moment, the luckiest person in Whitestone. Do you know why? So you're at the bottom of my list. I take off the hat.
Oh, shit!
As the peasant image fades before her, there's an intensity to her eyes, a widening of realization as she steps back instinctually with a gasp. And there is definite fear in her voice and her eyes, but there's an uncontrollable smile on her face which catches you off guard. Percival.
She's a nervous laugher.
Well then, this certainly explains a lot. I have many questions. I found your recent work very fascinating.
I will be happy to give you an up-close and very personal demonstration. Unless, of course, you would rather have conversations about other topics.
We'll start with the other topics.
And I walk up to the gate and I say, he's a very good shot. She's a very good shot.
He poops on things.
This
All the
guy, I've watched turn things into the jelly of the month, so I would tread very carefully.
And then I kind of peek out of the shadows and I go, hi.
She's a nervous laugher.
And you can see, kind of in the center to the back of the room, is an older gentleman wearing a breastplate. You can see his like very, very short gray hair, a little bit of facial hair that's grown in, but not to a full beard. It looks just like it's been left to go on its own for a little while. And he's currently holding a young woman, roughly early 20s or so, with dark brown hair with a couple of streaks of kind of white through the sides of the temple, holding her by her hair with a dagger to her throat and saying, "Shh, shh." Now, when I tell you, you'll say what I told you to say. Got it? And you just tears streak down her face. She's like,
I back up about 5 steps and very quietly say, Jenga.
I start running.
And I run at the door and
Yeah.
I kick it open and throw at him.
yeah!
Well, that happened.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Well, that happened.
As he moves this eye out of the way, the dagger right into their slot, and he screams out "Ah!" in pain as it just plunges into his eye socket. Not deep enough to actually hit any brain, but enough to definitely take that eye out as any sort of viable method. The second one just hits him in the shoulder, and reaction to that, Cassandra screams out, "No! Run, it's a trap!" At which point, he takes his dagger and just runs it across her throat.
I don't think it's her. It's not her.
You just see crimson begin to pour down the front.
I'll take my cover. I'm going to pull out.
As you walk in, you look in the corner, you can see these armor-attacking Grog as axe forward. There's these 2 armored entities kind of floating in the air. You see Anders in the corner, clutching hand over one eye with blood streaked on the face, a number of wounds bleeding out from the armor. Already been a rough take for him, and your eye slips down, and for the first time in a long time, you see on the ground before you, kind of clutching her throat, no wound or blood splatter, but clutching her throat and kind of breathing heavily, your sister Cassandra. And you look back up at Anders, and you feel the burning rage begin to billow up inside you. And as you walk in the room towards the center of the table, you guys who see this, are able to see the room, you see now from outside of his sleeves, outside from under his coat, there's just blackish purple smoke beginning to just billow out from behind.
Does it seem more extreme than it has been in the past?
It seemed pretty extreme in the past. It just started, you don't know. Go for it.
I pull off my hat of disguise, drop it on the floor,
Okay.
and I'm going to just unload at that motherfucker.
As you pull off the hat, your image shifts fully to Percy, at which point Anders kind of looks back and sees this source of smoke and glances over. His hand falls away as a moment reveals his eye goes wide. Percy. I die to rise again. We are his blood.
I put my gun in his mouth to shut him the fuck up. You're the face I saw when murder entered my heart. This is your doing, and I pull the trigger.
With that, a resounding blast echoes through the room. The back of his head just scatters across the wall behind him. The top of his head kind of folds in a little bit from the now lack of a substantial base, and he just kind of tumbles backward, releasing the gun with a limp onto the ground behind you. You're still holding the pepper box in front of you, hands shaking. As you hold it there looking at it, you can see there's a flash of purple energy across the barrel that has Anders' name across it, and the name burns away, leaving the barrel blank. Smoke begins to subside a little bit. It's still there, but it seems like the moment it has this kind of release aspect to it.
That's my turn.
Yeah, that is a turn. Vax, you're up.
Percival, he had a knife.
You
to your
counted-
sister's throat. He was going to kill her.
Thank you, but count to 10, and now I drop them and go over to my sister.
At which point, as you're saying this,
I was afraid she was going to die.
To be fair, you did kind of get her throat slit, but it's okay.
as you're saying this, and you turn around, you can see she's kind of sat up, and she just sees this conversation and goes, Percy.
Hi.
Percy.
I'm so sorry.
And she just gets up off the ground, runs up, and just grabs you and embraces you tightly. You can feel like all the muscles tense in her body as she just holds you with a slight shake to her body.
I'm so sorry for leaving you.
I thought you were dead. And she pulls away for a second and just looks at you, and there's a coldness to her face. She's happy, but there's, even for her young age, you can see there's, lines at the corner of her eyes. She's probably been through a lot. She smiles and kind of looks up at you again, and you can see there's the white shocks in her hair, and she kind of looks up and touches your hair and goes, I see we've both survived quite a bit.
I wouldn't trade.
I'm good. And she kind of steels herself for a second, and even more so, you see her, there's an intensity to her.
Perception check?
Are we out of combat now?
You guys are currently out of combat.
Okay. I'm going to, clutching my bleeding belly, walk over toward Keyleth and say that was a close one.
Yeah. I kind of feel like we've been here before. Oh, right, we have been here before.
You know I'm in love with you, right? And I kiss her.
Oh! Persistent cough.
And on that note, we're going to go ahead and take a quick little break.
Before we cross the precipice into this what is it? Undercroft?
Undercroft you're referring to.
Percival, we all have fought with you this whole time, and you know that we have your back, and
Yes.
that we're with you in this 100%.
Yes.
But I'd like our enemies to know that as well. So with your permission, I will cast Seeming on all of us, and I make the girls look like Cassandra and the boys look like Percy. So I give us all the white hair.
You're crazy
And if possible, I'd like to emblazon the sign of the rebellion on our chests in sort of an awesome Superman
pretty
glowing.
fucking
All right. So,
That's awesome.
within a
Three
moment,
amigos.
What is Trinket?
first we'll pull
It's a
on
bear. A bear
Trinket's
with,
like a-
with 2 streaks of white hair.
It's like a Sanrio
He's
version of
wearing the little
Cassandra.
circle glasses.
Yeah, with the little glasses. Yes.
So
yes.
cute.
We are all Derolos today.
He's a hello Trinket.
Hello, Trinket.
Hello Trinket.